Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. So I have created this project, React Native Products Manager task. So so let me show you the application. This is the icon of the application. Now let's get started. So as we can see here, the requirements of the task are 1 minute. The requirements of the task are display the content from the provided array in a list format. So this is the list format, and here we have cards. So this is the list format requested. So let's take a look at the data. ID, the ID is written here. Title, the title is written here. Here. Description, this is the description. Image, this is the image. And the price as a number, price is here. Tags, electronics, audio, and Bluetooth. So this is the first requirement. It's, as we can see, it's a list. And the second requirement is responsive layout, orientation based. Now what this means is that in to display items in one column when the direction is vertical, and to display the items in two columns when the direction is horizontal. So let's test this one. Now we're gonna try horizontal, and as we can see here, we got two columns. Now let's turn the application back, and as we can see here, we got one column. And so this is done. Now let's move on to the next one. Sorting, include a sort by price button. First tab sorts item in ascending order or ascending order. Second is in descending order, and the third reset item order. So as we can see here, this is the button for sorting. By default, it doesn't sort anything. It displays the data as it is. So let's take a look here. 1, wireless Bluetooth. 2, stainless steel, without pressing the button. Now when we press the button, let's see what happens. Display ascending order. So let's see here. So as we can see here, okay, this is descending order. Okay, fine. Uh, just okay, so this is displayed, it's sorted. Okay, and then when we press again, it will be sorted in the other direction. So it starts with 12, and then 14, and then it keeps increasing as we move on, and finally we end in 400. And finally when we press here, everything returns to its original state. Third tab, reset the item order. Search. Now let's try the search. Okay, search should happen on the title and inside value tags. So let's search for this word wireless. Wire, as we can see here, only things that contain wireless is there are no more items. I'm trying to scroll, but there is nothing happening, because these are everything that contains wireless. So now let's search for something related to tags. So for example, electronics or audio. Let's search for audio. As we can see here, only things that contain audio here, audio here, audio here, audio here, audio here, audio here. So let's say search for example for the word water. Okay, so we have here water, water. Okay, and also waterproof. So and also let's try search and sorting at the same time. So this is the default. ID2, ID34, ID60, ID67. As we can see here, no sorting. Now let's try sorting. As we can see here, it starts at 39, 34, 33, 19. So this is search and sorting at the same time. Now let's try the other side. 19, 34, 34, 39. So as we can see here, we got search and sorting. The search should trigger only when a minimum of 3 letters are entered. So let's try here. ID 1, 2, 3, 4. We can see if the search is triggered by looking at the ID 1, 2, 3. If something changes, this means that the search is triggered. So let's say here, let's try anything that shouldn't appear. 1, 2, but when we write 3, it's all disappeared. So the search doesn't trigger unless is not triggered unless a minimum of 3 letters are entered. Multi-select and delete. So Let's try now multi-select and delete. Okay, so uh, to to initialize the multi-select, to get started with the multi-select, just long press on any card. Long press on any card. So here, when we long press here, sorry, like that. Okay, yeah, okay. So when we long press, we have triggered the multi-select, but there are some details. Okay, when we have pressed here, now we have three options: cancel, select all, or delete. So select all, for example, select all, or cancel, and finally to delete. So now we are going, anything we press on, it will be toggled, it will be selected or toggled. If so toggled means if it's selected it will be not selected, and if it's not selected it will be selected. So this is toggled. So here, 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 here. And another thing to note is that if there are no selected items, then the auto select will be turned off. So here there is only one selected item, then it will be turned off. Now let's try delete. So we will delete the first two. So the result should be is that we see 3, 4, 5. So let's try to delete the first two. We say here delete. So delete two selected items. We say here delete. Two products deleted successfully. And now we can see starting from 3, 4, and 5. Multi-select and multi-delete. Okay. Now additional features is that I have added a screen for viewing. So this is not in the requirements, but this is something I added, a screen for viewing the product details. So when we click here, we can see the product details, and now we can delete the product or edit the product. Okay, so this is something I added, it's not there. So ability to create a product. So ability to create a product, when we press on the plus button, we can now create a product. So let's take a look before we create the product. The maximum ID is 70. Okay, so what happens if we say here title test product, and description just test product, and the price is 10, and image, leave the image as empty. Okay, so and now we create, and now we have created the product successfully. So let's take a look. As we can see, we have stopped at 70, but now we have an ID of random number. So this is a test product. Now there is also not only that, but there is also validation. So let's try here the validation. Okay, let's try to create something. It will tell us the title, that we must enter a product title. So let's say here 1. It will tell us that it's too short. Okay, the minimum length of the title is 3. So let's say here 1, 2, too short, 3. Okay, so this is required. So this field is required. Also the price field is required. So let's say here title test. Okay, if something is required, if something there is error, it will not be created. So there is validation in creating the product. Now we are discussing the ability to create a product. So description test description, and the price. If we try to enter, for example, ABC, it will tell us that this is not a number, it's error. We must enter 1, 2, 3. And also I wanted to note that the keyboard, show keyboard, the keyboard here is number, but the keyboard here is letters, and the keyboard here is URL. So let's hide the keyboard and get back to it. And when we try to something that is not a number, so for example 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, it tells us that this is an error. So it's an error. Why? Because we can't have two dots. There is a dot here and a dot here. So there is validation. I wanted to say that there is validation. So when we hit here create, we stopped at 72, at 71. Now product created successfully. Now we have a new product at 70 at ID. Oh, we stopped here. Yeah, the ID is auto generated randomly. So ability to create a product, ability to edit a product, ability to edit a product. So how to edit a product? By clicking on the product card, by clicking here, for example, and then we can see the product details, and then now we can edit. Also I want okay, when the time comes I will talk about it. I will talk about the ability to store the data. So the product details, we click on edit, and now we can edit. So for example, let's say here the first one ID. Oh, okay, we deleted the first one, so now we are on ID 3, smart LED light bulb. So let's try to edit it. Smart LED light bulb, smart LED lamp. Okay, then we say here ability to adjust colors and the brightness. The price will be 16, and of course we can change the image. Let's say random 4, and now we press save. And now as we can see, it has changed. The ID is 3, and when we press back, the ID is 3, smart LED lamp, adjust color and the brightness. So now by clicking on the here and edit, we can edit the details of any product. App icon, these are features that are added that are not requested, I added by myself. App icon. So let's close the app. As we can see here, the app icon. Yeah, the app icon. So this is the app icon I want to show you. This is the app icon. Okay. As the app icon, I generated it with Gemini. I generated the app icon with Gemini. Of course, I wrote the code myself, but the app icon itself is generated with Gemini. And of course, I wrote the code myself. You can see here the history of the commits. 56 commits. You can see every edit I made. But the image itself, the app icon, is generated by I told the Gemini to create it. Okay. So now let's get back to it. Yeah. Sure. App icon. Okay. Dark and light theme. So I also added dark and light theme. By going to settings, you can change the theme, light or dark. Now let's try to see the application in light theme. The default theme is light. The default theme is dark. Edit. Ability to delete a single product. I should add that. Also the ability to delete a single product. App index. I should add that. Where app index. Oh, sorry, readme. Okay. Ability to edit a product. Ability to delete a single product. Yeah, okay. So instead of multi-select, we can also delete a single product by displaying the product here and clicking the delete button. He will ask us if we wanted to delete this product. We say yes, and the product is deleted successfully. So this is the ability to delete a single product. And this app icon, light and dark theme, create, and sorting. Okay. And finally, okay. And I want to talk about. Let's push that. Docs. Delete single product. Let's push that. And finally, okay, and I want to talk about persisting the data with async storage. So what is persisting the data? So the data, so for example, we have deleted number 1 and 2 and 3. So we start with ID number 4 and 5 and 6, but ID 1 and 2 and 3 are deleted. So what will happen if we open the application again? If we open the application again, we start from 4 again. So whatever happens, so let's say here we delete all. Let's say we delete all. Select all, delete. We deleted all the products. Now when we open again, all the products are deleted. All the products are deleted. So also the dark theme, when we close on the application is now closed on a light theme. So what will happen if we open the application again? We find the light theme. Now when we press the dark theme and we open the application as a dark theme, we'll find it on the dark theme. And when we try the light theme again, we close, we open, it's now the dark theme. The dark theme. Finally, the ability to reset products to initial state. So we say here, he will set, are you sure you wanted to reset the product list? We say yes. Now the products list is reset successfully. So that's it, all about the application I created and all of the extra things I created and the screenshots available to document most of the features. You can find the screenshots. I will send the link to the GitHub repository which contains the code. Of course, the GitHub repository includes the code. You can find the code here in the Expo app. Expo is React Native, or a framework built on React Native, like React and Next.js. Expo is for React Native. So this is the Expo app, and we have tested everything. I hope you find this helpful video to be good video. Thanks a lot, and assalamu alaikum. See you later.